So here I am, Trevorlaw campsite, about a mile north of the tiny town of St Just, which in turn is about 6 miles north of Land's End, here in Cornwall, on a beautiful autumnal afternoon. As you can see, the campsite is almost deserted, as you might expect for the late October period. Quite a misty evening. I got here just in time really, because in about an hour it'll be nearly dark. Here's my tent, the old faithful that I've used twice before. First for my big stomp across Dartmoor a few years back, and then I used it again in the Peak District in 2018. Go in. You know, you don't get a lot of space, but it's alright, it'll do. Here's my food supply, which should see me through for the 5 days. Now I could be taking a bit of a risk here, because as you can see, most of it is nut-based protein bars, plain nuts, peanuts, pot noodles. But the last time I camped with lots of nutty foods, I was robbed by a squirrel that chewed through the roof of my tent and nicked a few chocolate bars. But hopefully this time I can throw him off the scent, because quite literally throw him off the scent with this car deodorizer I've got hanging up there. About to head down to the old Botallack mines. Well, this whole area is the old mine really, but I'm about to head down to see the National Trust properties that remain right on the cliffs. Look at this bad boy. Now that is what I'd call a view. Well, it didn't take long, but I've just discovered my first screw up of this camping trip. Before I left, I prepared a nice little tub of instant white tea ready mixed with sugar, which I always take on every camping trip. Then I've just come back from a little wander. Gonna have a nice cup of tea and some biscuits before I set out, because the weather isn't as bad after all. Then I've lost it. Nowhere in my bag. I don't know where it's gone. But it's definitely not there. So I'll be eating dry biscuits for the duration of my stay. Hey ho. Well, following that lovely turn in the weather this morning, the weather's turned again. From about 3 o'clock this afternoon, it's been absolutely chucking it down. It stopped briefly once or twice. I might have to cut this one short. I might have to go home on Friday instead of Saturday, because the tent's leaking as well. I've had trouble with this tent leaking before, but that was when I had a broken pole. Now it should be pitched perfectly, but it's still leaking. Rain's coming in at the back through this useless flap on the top. And I got out earlier to try and tighten up the fly sheet, and one of the ties snapped. Basically this tent's had it, I think. I'll just leave the bloody thing here when I go. I'll chuck it in the bins on the way out. I'll hopefully have one more decent photography session tomorrow afternoon, and then that'll be it. I'll go home Friday. That's enough for me. Go home and have a nice cup of tea. I still can't believe I didn't bring my tea with me. What a knob. Surprise, surprise, it's raining again. Forgot to mention as well, when I went to the toilet earlier, when I nipped out, took my chance. When the rain paused, I nipped out to go to the toilet and I dropped my face mask in a muddy puddle on the way. Because you have to wear face masks here in the toilet. Even though the site's virtually deserted, you've got to wear a face mask. But anyway, yeah, I dropped mine in a muddy puddle on the way to the toilet, so that's another reason I'm so miserable at the moment. Just thought I'd share that.